Bro, you
Now,
called
what
me
did
a
you say
bully.
about Alex again?
Bro, he's a dog. I was just like, you're questioning me? Literally, like I beat you last week. I don't even need I don't need to do this. Like I don't need your commentary.
Hello and welcome back, you beautiful bastards. My name is Jay, and join with me is Sean and our lovely special yellow wizard, LaTyler.
Hello,
L-
hello. What's up?
Le
We are
Tyler.
Exactly.
we are here to talk about some spicy meatballs, and in my mind, and Tyler's mind definitely, the only way to play MESBG. We're here to talk about yellow alliances, and we're here to talk about how you need to get on our level to enjoy the game and find a deeper satisfaction in your life when you ally and you jump into the soup kitchen and you start cooking.
Mm.
My friends, we
And
are here to take
I
you on a journey. It's going to be a
I'm
good
here.
journey.
I'm here as the devil's
The, the
advocate,
the the
as
meat.
the the meat between the two slices of bread. I don't know. I'm a pure army dude. I very, very, very rarely ally anything. I like one faction and go away with that. That's my personal preference.
We're not
But
mad. We're just disappointed, Sean.
just disappointed. That's fair. I'm interested to see how this goes and see how much I cry inside when I start seeing, you know,
The good
Witch
stuff.
King allied with, I don't know,
Give me
Suladan, I
give me
guess.
some chariots,
Yeah,
baby. Scrumptious.
yeah. Just
uh,
some
yeah,
yucky
Random
stuff, but very
quality.
excited.
it's going to be amazing. Before we get too far into this, I would just like to say please like, share, subscribe, and jump into the comments, hit the bell button so that way when we start talking shit, you start listening and you'll get notified. And also a little massive thank you to our sponsors. I threw a Nano Creations in here because David came in super clutch for me with the recent Mount Goat Gaming Open.
Hell
He got
yeah.
a couple of pieces of terrain printed for me because mine pooped itself. My 3D printer pooped itself, and David just kindly donated it to me. So super, super thankful. If you
Legend.
are local in Australia, please hit him up. He does some superb work, and the man honestly has dedicated so much of his life to printing. Battle Games Strange Studios, we have some hot, sexy battle reports coming your way within the next, couple of weeks that we are recording some delicious boards on, and it's all thanks to those guys. And finally, Bard's Table very shortly after um, we kind of get life sorted and chilled out for a little bit. Bard's Table and MGG are going to be doing some sweet stuff. So massive thank you to our sponsors. I never thought I'd actually have anyone help me out for sitting here talking crap with SVG. So love yous. The way this video is going to work is we are going to talk through our good alliance thoughts and then our evil alliance thoughts. Strictly speaking, we will only be talking about armies holistically and picking them apart with weaknesses and then trying to fill those weaknesses with another yellow alliance to help create a perfect a perfect list. And then after we finish talking this sort of stuff, and Sean literally melts into a puddle because there'll be no siege weapons, there'll be no Dale,
Ew.
there will be just pure awesomeness. We're then going to start building a couple of lists live on the screen and just kind of talking through thought process of what we're doing and why we're doing certain things too. Tyler and I literally just met a couple of nights ago and probably sat there talking for a good 4 hours into the morning. And after this, it was like a stepbrothers moment of like, did we
Yep.
just become best
Do we
fucking
just
friends?
exactly do we do the same thing but in a different state? Yes, we do.
Yes. So I
Jay
hope you
really
enjoy this one.
is. Jay really is a Victorian deep
Ah,
inside, just living up here. That man would froth it in the Victorian scene.
listen,
Oh,
not everyone froths the yellow down here. I'm just
Duh,
saying.
duh,
hey,
ah.
hey, they just haven't been converted. Welcome to the dark side. We have
I'm
cookies.
gonna plead the fifth, exactly.
All right, let's just jump straight into my favorite. It has to be the armies to Yellow Alliance in Evil. Um, Tyler, I'm going to let you start this one off. What are you typically going to jump to?
Look, I've been starting to dabble with a lot of the yellow alliances. I've been wanting to do a Knight of Umbar combination with the Spider Queen for a while. And then potentially just as the third hero, a cheeky little Shadow Lord for contingency purposes. Obviously, we need to protect our
Double
queen.
magic.
So the
big
double
leader.
magic, you get the beast. Well, you get the Knight of Umbar on Fell Beast, and so then what you do is you can have sort of the Spider Queen brings the 2 bat swarms. So you basically have an escort service for both the Knight of Umbar and the Spider Queen. You just have the bat kind of tagging along and just deals whatever problem that you need. So you mirror match against the, let's say, like an Aragon or an Elendil, and you're like, oh man, oh, I don't like just the combat mimicry. You know what? Let's just chuck a bat in. So now you can't even deal with me. And so that's definitely what I've been wanting to dabble in.
See, I was going to say my very first question was going to be, well, why the Knight of Umbar? But as soon as you said bats, suddenly combat mimicry is actually looking like a phenomenal rule.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's...
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's base fight 6, yes?
Fight 5, no.
Oh, he's
Base
fight 5. Okay. So combat mimicry. Okay.
Combat mimicry. Well, the main thing is also like it just depends, because sometimes I've thought about dabbling the Knight of Umbar more so with like Derber's Drizhag and then Shadow Lord, because you then get the Beast Fury with Drizhag. So then those bats are actually passing courage checks to auto-passing courage checks to charge terrifying models. So if you get a Knight of Umbar and the bat swarm into a Balrog, the Balrog isn't winning any combats. And the Knight of Umbar, and then the Knight of Umbar just is able to combat mimicry the entire stat line of the Balrog, and so all of a sudden wounding it, you're like, oh. It's proper hot.
Tyler, you were talking naughty words to me about enraging a Spider Queen with a potential channeled enraged.
Sweet nothings.
Oh, they're so good. So that's the other thing with the Drizhag aspect is you can enrage the Spider Queen, get her up to fight 8, strength 8. And of course she already has monstrous charge. So all of a sudden those pesky eagles that she usually runs from, she's knocking their asses down. She's one tapping them. Because she goes from 3 attacks on the charge to 5 attacks. So then it's 5 attacks, strength 8, knockdown. So she becomes better than a bear.
I'm starting to think we need to change this video name, not to like, yellow alliances or whatever we're going to call it, but just, do you know the hidden tech? Because this brother has the hidden tech. It's
so good, because then the other option is you can actually channel as well and do it, bring her up to fight 9, strength 9. So then she's knocking down Ents, knocking down bears, knocking down Gully. Anybody had a pesky Gulliver problem? That's nice. So it's really cheeky, and she hasn't even struck yet. So she's automatically fight 8 or fight 9, and then you're just like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So what are we gonna do now?
This is disgusting.
No, it's fair and balanced.
Yeah. It's in the rules. It's in the rules.
It's in the rules.
You're allowed to...
We're allowed to test. We're allowed to tinker.
I can't wait for all of this to become irrelevant in 3 months.
That's so sad. I am so hopeful that I still get to at least have some.
You will.
Like
I some freedom for the building.
I froth the building side of it. Like I froth it so hard. And so like just these nice little things. Like one of the guys that we got introduced to at Arda, oh man, he convinced me this combo, and I'm thinking I may try it for Queensland.
Odds are that's Dave Farmer.
Stop it. Red card. No. Exactly. I need a red card 100%. It was Saruman the White with chariots.
Oh, fuck off. That's bullshit. I literally just pulled that shit up. That's ridiculous. Fuck off.
I'm sorry. I'll let you take it from here.
No. I want to hear your thoughts, because I've got my own.
Tell us the Saruman chariot tech, because my biggest dabble into like any Yellow Alliance stuff has been Khazad-dûm with Radagast the Brown slotted in the back.
Stop it.
Which is
look, I don't mind it.
it's very good. He fills all the gaps, but it just feels like baby play compared to what I'm hearing here.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm a little toddler just going around like, ooh, Radagast. And you
Look,
guys like, well, the Knight of Umbar has playboys. I'm like,
Sit.
and even the Knight of Umbar, if you want to be cheap, you literally can go downgrade to a horse and he still gets the combat mimicry shit.
yeah.
So you're like, oh, perfect. So if you want to cheap out, I just like the Fell Beast for
Shelby's is so good.
It's the 12-inch movement, so then you don't even have to have the march necessarily, which is huge for the mobility.
Nah, shit, heroic anyway.
Oh, look, if there was another person on this video, they would be having words with you. For me, I think it's situational. I think it's situational. I think some armies need it, but I will say if you become proficient at the gate, the march does make you outplay opponents. It can help you outplay and burn might early.
I just caught a big fish, boys, coming in. And I haven't got J popping off yet, so I'm gonna have to say it again at some other point in this video.
So the beauty of the Saruman aspect is the chariots. It's an interesting one because you can deal with a lot of issues because you can still do the compels and drag stuff out, and you can still call heroic marches and just go free mowing with a lot of the counter chariots, and you have enough sort of peel, and you're so fast that even shoot heavy armies, they're like, we got like 2 turns, and then we have these chariots that majority of the time the shoot heavy armies as well are going to be defense 6 or below generally, and chariots have no problem dealing with that.
What's the strength of the chariot impacted again? Is it 6?
Strength 4.
It is strength 4. Okay.
It is strength 4, but it's 2 of them, and it's one of those things. 2 dice per time, and you're just
hitting 5s.
Meeting 5s, and if you're going up against defense 4 armies, like say it's Serpent Horde, you're like ding dong, and it's Corsairs trying with those Arbalistas. You're like, those shields are only for shooting. So,
correct.
Definitely Saruman also just adds that versatility of like, I believe, can the chariots not be knocked down, or there's something about them that's like they can't be knocked over readily easily. I can't.
I don't actually think they can be knocked down unless it was a monster.
I was gonna say it was.
I thought, can't you hurl into a chariot, knocking them off the chariot?
That's what I didn't know.
The chariot rules evade me until I actually need to verse them and need to look at them.
Yeah.
Either way, at the end of the day, this list revolves around the fact of you've got Saruman being the single best caster in the game, backed up with really cheap multiple chariots, and you are setting up the perfect 10-pin bowling with your game. Let's not forget the fact that as soon as you put Isengard in, you can also then go ahead and throw Grima bombs in.
Grima's huge.
Oh, dude, Grima's nuts, because all of a sudden you're then having mind games with people as well. But like the options that open up within Isengard, troop-wise, paired with the Khandish chariots, in my mind, is money. And I put Grima on a horse as well.
Grima on a horse is that was the other tech that the guy put in. He put in Grima because all of a sudden it's like, oh, you wanted to run away, eh? Oh, did you want to spend 2 might? or you finally would get locked in, so then your contingency was like, cool, we're doing a heroic move off, right? And you're like, oh, so are you willing to invest 2 might or no? Oh, you only have 1 might left? That's nice. No. All shock and all. Like, you're done.
God damn.
Yeah, in those moments. Ooh.
Now, my question is, with the Khandish chariots here, are you taking warriors, or are you sitting with the Khandish kings and the chieftains? Because those warriors on chariot, I don't know how I feel about them, just in general.
It's kings for me.
Yeah, just kings. Just kings, and you have calves for peel. And then you have calves for peel. Just normal cavalry models for peel. Yeah, that's basically the main thing.
So how many chariots are you looking at in that list? Because I know you've got a list up there, Jay. So 3 chariots.
It should be 3, right? Or is it 2? Yeah, it's 3.
No, I
right?
got 3.
Yeah,
I got
3. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that's
And the kings are just ridiculous for their
They're
points
so
cost.
good.
I'm just like,
It's
what?
nuts.
Was
Who
it
thought of this?
125 points on Chariot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Best
I've got-
125 points spent.
I've got 2 sitting behind me. I think I'm a.
Yeah, start it up.
I'm gonna need to
Start it up.
borrow.
I got a Khandish king and I got a Khandish queen sitting there ready for you.
Bro. No,
Let's go.
so quick story time. I'll be real quick. Chelsea, Kylie doubles against me and Hewan. I've never had more of a depressing experience than not being interacting with these chariots. Literally turn 1, she mowed 7 Royal Guard and 1 tapped Theodred.
Well,
Like,
look at the
ooh.
time.
I was like, brother,
Holy
like
crap.
what is that, brother? Like,
Holy
and this was, of
shit.
course, my partner rolling against me, and she
Oh, no.
rolled it all, and she was just like, sixes. She's like, this is easy, this is great. I'm like, this is not great. Whoever.
Time to stop playing the game.
Yeah,
Holy
100%.
shit.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
That
Chariot
is
Chariot
insane.
Tech.
Chariot tech. Cool.
All right. We've spoken Chariot Tech. What other tech? What other tech are we looking at? There's clearly the this isn't yellow from memory. The good old Witch King Suladan. That's just an alliance. But what other yellow tech are you boys cooking up?
I think one of the big ones here, and I think this is more of a Victorian thing, would be Goblin Town allied in with like Dol Guldur. I know it's not
Yeah.
yellow specifically, but then you can go ahead and add in a couple of Hunter Orcs for a banner. And the little secret tech piece in around that is the fact that the Goblin Scribe rolls to his courage, and you can get a horn in when you ally in those, specifically the Lingering Shadow.
Yes,
That is-
And it's
that is
so
some
good.
good
That's what I
stuff.
did for Chelsea for Articon. I was like, look, there's arguments to be made for the Witch King, and I don't have a problem with that. You want the extra might point, you want the resiliency for him to stick around.
Mhm.
Congratulations, fine. But if you want to be cheeky, the
Mhm.
Lingering Shadow, now that's a cheeky little schnitzel. Okay.
Please.
I'm just saying, the moment, the epiphany moment for me was going up against Alex and then realizing this little schnitzel moves like 15 inches after he dies. I
Yeah.
couldn't. He was like, oh, it gets resurrected within 6, and then it blips, and then you move. And I'm like, I'm trying to haul ass with this bear, trying to chase this freaking sucker down, and I'm like, I don't even want to kill him. Because if I
Yep.
kill him, then I'm having to go in La La Land.
I learned that the hard way versing old mate Nicky Franklin, and we were playing Seize the Prize, and I decided to shoot a couple of the ring wraiths that were in front. And which one was in front? The Lingering Shadow. Did I kill the Lingering Shadow? I absolutely did. Suddenly he is on the objective, and I'm going,
You're like, wait a
Oh.
minute.
I just learnt my lesson. Okay, we don't kill your guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lingering Shadow is phenomenal. I think he's that auto take. If you're looking to run any of those ring wraiths,
All day, every day.
he's the first one you take.
Yep.
Absolutely. He
And
is
then
phenomenal.
it's him, then the Witch King, in my opinion. I
Correct.
also like the Lingering Shadow's ability to, for example, you get him in and you need, with the goblins, and you need him just to crunch, or you need him to strike. After that turn, you're like, cool, we go to priority. I blink behind my 2 rows of goblins. How are you going to get to them?
Mhm.
It's the blinking that I think people just underestimate, because it doesn't have to be, it's not 3, it's like within 3 inches. So all of a sudden it's more like a pseudo 3.9. You're like, ha
Correct.
ha ha.
We're talking
poor
Tom Bombadil
baby.
levels of measuring. Let's go.
No one said that. I didn't say that. Why did you have to bring that up? We didn't have to do
Inference.
this.
No, it was super gross.
And then
And he's so good.
And the corridor that he can create for goblin scribing on is huge. So
Correct.
you have him as a corridor of just, and this is where Kylie showed me the tech. You basically have him, and then the scribe is bringing on guys, and he's courage 7 because of the war horn. So all of a sudden he's an elf lord, and you're just like, and you just see these rows of goblins. The first time Chelsea played that list, have a guess how many goblins she brought on.
Oh, I don't want to
35.
know.
35?
No.
Pump those
say-
numbers up.
56.
You got to bump it up. 56. It was
Please tell me we're pushing
47. 47 goblins.
That's
Nuts. Nuts.
She was like, I don't have enough. And I'm like, and then we get to Tazzy and the same thing happens. And she's like, can I use your hobbits as goblins? And I'm like, what happened? She's like, I brought too many on. And she's just bringing on droves.
Nuts. Nuts.
Oh yeah, I
Fucking
loved it. Loved the lingering shadow. That in conjunction, because then it gives Gollum another piece to work with as well in Goblin Town. So then you can
Absolutely.
still do the strike. You can still have a striker. You still have the ring. It's just so cheeky.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
this is us talking about Goblin Town without even including Gollum or the King.
Yeah.
And those are two
Vital
bonkers
pieces.
Bonkers. And we're not even talking about them. They were an afterthought.
Correct.
It says so
Yeah.
much.
Correct.
It's so much utility and it's so
It's
much
just-
resiliency.
it's
All of a
just-
sudden, your Goblin King being Courage 4 is huge. And
Mm.
and you're just like, oh, he's actually passing courage checks semi
He's not bitching
consistently.
off the table.
Exactly.
Watching that man run is phenomenal.
No, it's not. No, well, like, if you're playing against it,
Yeah.
life couldn't be
Ah.
better. But when when you're the player playing with it, I'm like,
Hurt your heart.
man,
Yeah.
this-
Bet you are.
mm-mm.
It was rough. It was rough.
Makes you want to right click uninstall. That's what it does.
Oh,
If there was an Alt F4, if there was an Alt
Alt F-
F4 option on this game, and I could get a refund.
Yeah, it's called getting your hands, slotting them under the table, and lifting up swiftly.
Bruh,
That's
dude, I think I did that. I can't remember who I did it against. I literally went. I think I had a situation where I did that, and I went boom, and just I was too mad with one of the interactions. I was just like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. I
Did
need
you
to
just
walk.
do it? You just Henry Curd.
I
What are you doing?
did. I
You
felt
Henry
so bad.
Curd.
You know what? No. You know who it was against? Have a guess who it was against.
If it's either Hewan or Henry Curd.
It was Alex. He made
Let's go.
the only man that's made me want to right click uninstall this game on multiple occasions is he.
Best player in Australia, baby.
Best player, bro. But then
Best
I'm the
player.
second best player that outplayed him in order. I don't care. I'll take that to the grave by one place.
Let's
There's
go.
a reason why he's not on the podcast now.
He was just a little bitch.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
can't do this
so-
until 11 p.m.
What
Fuck.
other stuff were you thinking, Jay, in terms of yellow? In terms of
I've
yellow
got,
filth?
I've got one more. I've got one
Okay.
more, and it's Easterlings with Farharad.
Ooh.
So Easterlings help bring a pike wall, like a good pike wall, right?
Mhm.
Now I'm not going for the fight 5 because I've got half trolls for the fight 5 with 2 attacks at strength 5
Yep.
at the front. So
Who
all of a
hurt
sudden,
you?
all I'm trying to do here, right? So all I'm trying to do here
That's right.
is cover up the Easterling weakness of
Not
low,
killing.
not killing, and low strength. So it's expensive. However, I've
I
just
forgot
I've lit-
half
this
trolls
is-
are on 25 mil basis.
Yeah, brother, this has been like a
Ooh.
yesterday thing. So Rutabi, Dragonite on horse, Brawl Gear, 1 Mahud King comes in at 350 points. Let's not like they're all on camels and horses, right?
Yeah,
Now let's
full
not
clip.
forget a Mahud King is one of the most points efficient battering rams there is, right?
Fucking
And
literally.
also, the Brawl Gear Dragonite combo, the more I thought about it, the more I like it. Yeah. Now, the one thing that this list does not have is the Dragon Emperor for his base. I recently think, like, due to the 200 point hit, I just think he's too much to include right now. And it would take away from what I'm trying to do. I don't want to drop below 36 numbers. With this, I think I'm probably going to go for 6 half trolls. Backed
How
up
many
with
points are we
pikes.
talking here, sorry?
Probably
Yeah.
750,
750 you'd have to because you need the
750,
points
800.
plus flesh. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's very
Like this
good.
won't work
I
at
like it.
650 at all. But the whole theory behind this is covering the weakness of the Easterlings.
Mhm.
God, that's hard to say. With low strength by adding in half trolls. And let's not forget, they're still D6 with 2 wounds. So in terms of cutting through a pike wall,
They're breaching. They're breaching.
They
Yeah.
take a lot to put
This-
down too.
This is a traditional hammer and anvil list spiked up where the anvil is doing damage and the hammer has fucking like spikes on camels hitting you. It's
See, the thing is
I
I
don't
take many camels. The way that I see this is Rutabi sits at the front, she's spearheading forward
Master of
so if I
Battling.
go 3 and then 2 half trail, let's go 3 half trails, Rutabi in the middle, cut and sick. Whatever bike wall you used to want to set up with, I'm going to chop through you left, right, and center. And then you have to deal with Rutabi. And then don't forget, whoever breaks through, I've got both the Dragonite, Brogir, and Mahood Kings to help go whack, whack.
Because the thing as well is you then have the Mahood King and the Dragon Knight that play anti-envelop. And so you can literally just because at that point, majority of the time you're going to be outnumbered. You're going to have a quality hit block, I'm guessing. But the thing is you're probably going to be outnumbered. So the beauty of the Mahood King and the Dragon Knight to play the yo-yo of just anti-envelop, it's like cool, boom, boom, boom. And if they don't have 2 casters, it's like cool, you shut down the Mahood King, congratulations. I still have the Dragon Knight. I still have my Brogir that will be tremoring the other flank. It's such a I think people underestimate the ability of playing that anti-envelopment strategy, and I think Brogir for Easterlings is literally like so money on anti-horde armies, because the tremor ability of like against Goblin Town, against Lake Town, where they're just outnumbering you and you're just like, man, I just need some of these guys to freaking just go away. I just need them just to go away, clear this area. I don't want to worry about them. And
if you bait your opponent into your pike block, Brogir comes around the flank is just it's phenomenal.
And the cheeky blade and the Blade Wrath, man.
Bro, you literally read my fucking mind, Jesus Christ. Let's not forget the fact that we can call a combat Mahood King, strike Dragon Knight, enchanted blades, push through, send round, clap a cheeky caster in the back to break through. Like
strength 6 Dragon Knight, bro. I'm running. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you 80 points and stronger than an elf captain? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because the Blade Wrath does the Blade Wrath does it increase strength by 2, or does it just say it's strength 6 hits?
I resolved that strength 6 regardless of all other modifiers.
Dang, because if it was like +2 strength, giving that to the Mahood King, strength 7 plus the War Spear.
Could you imagine? Puts Bolg to shame, bro.
He's like, go to sleep. I love that idea. This is good. This is good.
So that's probably been a recent thing as well, because I've been very much like that. So I'm on a new hobby painting journey, right? And I'm doing hard non-metallic metal. Like I'm probably spending a good 2 hours on one model. Why? Don't know. But if I don't get best painted, I will be pissed.
I'll remember that for the GT.
Yeah, it's all been like very like Eastern theme, right? And it's going to be like, what if the East looked like Lothlorien? So the bases are luscious and rivers and flowers everywhere, and like with what should be desert models, all the way around. So I've just been trying to look at what I can add to the Easterlings before I completely succumb to the host of the Dragon Emperor Legion.
Okay, that's fair.
And this is just something that's come up too. So yeah.
And you guys know about? I was gonna say, do you guys know about the troll? Obviously, adding the trolls into stuff like into like Goblin Town and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Tom the troll? I couldn't care about the rest.
The sneeze. I couldn't believe why is he Valor? Like, I don't understand.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's just the fact that you can get a ring bearer, a sneeze, and if you do it correctly, you can potentially get a bat swarm up in there. 3 models that are running around going, hey, do you want to half your fight value? Get fucked. Do you want to win a fight? Too bad.
Not today. No, not today.
He's still fight 6. He's strength 6. Like fight 6 in evil is so hard to find. 3 attacks, like Jesus Christ. He is still good value.
Still a problem. I wish I would be. The other army I was wanting to potentially do stuff with is Corsairs and trying to make a yellow alliance. But man, every time I see that army bonus, I'm just like, I can't. You
can't lose that,
bro. You can't. That backstabbers, bro.
And this was something you were talking about before the video started, and that is evil has so many cool army bonuses that you don't want to lose comparing to good. But in saying that, pretty much all the lists, if I'm not mistaken, all the lists we've spoken about have been evil related lists. So
that's true.
Are there any apart? We're going to talk about Birdbath at some point tonight, but good yellow alliances. Do we want to move on to them?
Okay, sure. So
let's go.
I'm going to hit this one straight off with what was it on the noobs again, Sean?
Radagast and Khazad-dûm, let's go.
It was a shit tier list apparently that would never.
I didn't say that was Liam.
And there were two of my fellow goats who were on there saying that it was trash.
Not me. I didn't say anything. I would never say it's
trash. So what I'm talking about and referencing is I think it was TabletopCon earlier on this year in Queensland. It was a 2-day event and 30 odd players, and I ran Arnor, Lothlorien, and Guahir. And my thought process behind this was just to have a brick of 24 to 26 D6 models, Arvidui, the Giga Chad himself, with magic and a bird to help support all of Arnor's weaknesses.
And base fight 4 as well.
Base fight 4.
Pretty good.
Cheapest D6 I can possibly find. Galadriel is Galadriel. And let's not forget, I had 6 or 4 fight 6 boys in there as well. Fight 6 in the current evil meta is so powerful. And I had a sentinel. I had 13 shots, 5 of them were elves, and then I had Guahir. I didn't take the bird bath because I wanted the sentinel over the bird bath. I just valued the sentinel more.
Good choice.
But it was also 650, 700, I think, or something like that as well. And it slapped, and it did really, really well. And it had so many different moving pieces that no one, and I think, sorry, to backtrack before I finish my thing, I think the reason why I'm so drawn to yellow alliances and weird armies like this is because you put it on the table and people are like, what the shit is this? Like, what do I do against this? I haven't seen this combo. And it's like, of course you haven't. I've been cooking for 9 months in the kitchen, baby. Like, I think, yeah. And so this was very much like I had the tools. I had my march. I had my divide and conquer plan. I had a bird who could just sit in the middle and go, come at me. I'll sit here for 4 or 5 turns.
I'm D8.
Surrounded, DH, like fight 8, all that crap. That was the power of it. And
but also, so if I added Guahir into ranges, I'm feeling pretty good.
You're feeling great.
I'm feeling really good.
You're like, you're like instant mobility.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we feel like we've got to talk about the 2 biggies.
Into anything, I'm feeling pretty good.
Listen, the argument I will say, and this is where everyone gives me shit for bringing Guahir. I have to pay 150 points for a freaking 12-inch model.
It's worth it every day.
100%, no question. Thank you. It's good. Evil gets a 35, a 25, a 20-point freaking 12-inch flying model. But I have it. People question. They're like, "You just bring Guahir." It's like, yeah, because everyone wants some form of quality mobility. That's literally the one of the main things in this game is mobility, and it's Guahir just fits into every army. He can be splashed in, and he just gives you that instant versatility of like, I'm a 12-inch threat. Cool, my seize the prize problem just got solved.
There is a reason Guahir is called the Suladan of Good, because you can slot Guahir into nigh on any good army, much as you can happily add Suladan and a couple of Serpent Riders or even just Rajam Raiders into nearly any evil list, and you go,
cool, I got my banner VPs. Yeah, 100%. No, I get you.
They're bringing stuff to the table for anything they get added into.
The question I had, Jay, why wouldn't you go Celeborn over Galadriel? Just a curious. I would have done Galadriel because I love Galadriel and I know the blinding light aspect. But
simp.
I love 100% I'd simp over. But Celeborn,
out here, give me your 3 hairs.
Yeah, no question. I'll be giving me all day. But with Celeborn, the aura of command, you instantly solve you get the army bonus automatically.
Yeah.
Right. which is it's an interesting take, and I like the idea of Celeborn in that one instance. And then you also have a you then have the or do you still have the choice of Gwahir as your leader? You do.
Yeah.
See this, so then Gwahir can still be your leader, and then Celeborn is just Celeborn. Like he sucks. Like he sucks for his points. Like I will go. He's like Glorfindel, but on foot, and he just disappoints me every time.
Amen.
Yeah.
But
Amen.
for this one instance where Aura of Command comes in for the Arnor issue, I like it.
Are you talking just pajama Caliborn? Just base? You're not adding any armor or
I'm
nothing?
adding everything because he
so
needs
you're going
everything.
what 150 point
versus 130 Galadriel.
Personally, I don't mind that because you've got that defensible dude, you know, big beefy dude. He's not going to kill much, but you're going to run him into most heroes and go, cool, he's not going to kill you, but he's just going to sit there and go,
be robo.
I win this fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I might do a wound.
Let's break this down.
Yeah.
Let's break this down.
An enchanted blade on Gwahir.
Yeah, right.
Oh baby.
So like, it's definitely a thing for me personally. I wanted Galadriel as my leader because she's Galadriel, right?
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
is the best hero, and we were playing Veto, right? So Contest of Champions was never in question. That was step one. Step two, I wanted the consistent magic prevalence every single game because I'm a magic sick, right?
Yeah, you want the interaction. You want the
every
interaction.
turn.
Yes.
All the time.
Yep.
And that worked really, really well for the list.
Yep.
Now, I do think that Celeborn has a place in my heart. And the place in my heart is the fact that he still is 5'6". He's still got 3 attacks and he's still D7.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, if you pair him with Arvidui, you've got your Aura Command up. He actually acts as almost like a second little anvil that can punch through in terms of Arnold. Let's not forget we're playing Arnold. And the fact that there's a bird running around. You start to pair Arvidui with Celeborn and then the bird, it's like, who are you really gonna who are you choosing? It's never Arvidui, but don't sleep on Arvidui. Arvidui will munch your troops in the butthole all day, every day.
And that's where you then be happy to actually spend his might to actually
almost like
kills.
Denethor, baby.
Yeah, stop it. 35-point valor hero, whatever.
Thank you, man.
5/2 attack.
Bro, you know,
man, coming in.
Dude, a yellow alliance I made with Denethor. Y'all are not gonna like. Oh, maybe. Well, Jay's gonna love this. Sean, you're gonna be like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Hey,
okay.
Daddy Denethor's in the list.
Yeah,
so I love it.
So to get into it, so Denethor, Gandalf the White.
Okay.
On Shadowfax, obviously.
Now, before we can carry on, I was going to ask during the list building component. I've recently just bought one of my favorite sculpts in this game. Is that recent made to order, which had Gandalf the White on Shadowfax rearing up. I want to build a Gandalf the White list, whether it's this edition or new edition. So I was going to ask you lads to get me some cheeky tech with Gandalf G Daddy the White, and this could be it. So keep firing away.
Look. The third hero, you're gonna be like, I'm done, and I can just see it now.
If it's Irillas, I'm fucking done.
It's Boromir of Gondor from the Fellowship. Fellowship.
That's my man. That's my man.
So you get all of the issues you actually semi-solve. So you have the blinding light. You have the strength and will. You give Boromir fortify spirit. You get the flesh out of Minas Tirith troops, and you're just like, why? Hello there. So 650, you can get up to 30 models.
Ooh,
650, 30 models.
That's not bad.
And that's not bad. So if you up it to you could up it to 750, but you'll have to, I would advise taking either like an Avenger bolt thrower.
Of course, it's Gondor.
Of course, you need it, right? You just need the interaction. Either way, you take the Avenger bolt thrower, or you can take a cheeky Knight of the White Tower and then flesh out more, and you can get up to like 37, 38 models. And it's just it can deal, because Gandalf the White can deal with so many problems. And the beauty of this Boromir is that he has March. So all of a sudden,
Gondor does like a little bit of march here and
they
there.
do exactly. They love taking
And
space and clogging us gap.
I'm very much on your side where marches brilliantly situationally. I will use march maybe once every 10 games, but when I use it and need it, it is very nice. But Boromir of Gondor, or as I like to call him, Boromir of Rivendell, because I run him with my Riv Knights.
Riven Knights, yes.
Brother, it's filthy.
It's so
it's
fun.
disgusting.
Like, who thought that they needed that?
Who thought I needed 16 points of might at 800 points? We're talking Lindia, Boromir of Gondor, Elrond, and the twins.
There's always been a Baggins.
Let's go. I love the fact that it's bad too, because you know what's bad about that list is it's green.
Yeah, I know, right? It's green.
That's so. Oh, but yeah,
that's filthy tech, and
Boromir, because then it just solves so many issues. Yes, Boromir still has no fate, but you still have the blinding light. You have the march. You have the 6 might. Denethor, him being able to take a lot of troops as well. Yeah. Also, his broken mind doesn't go off. It's gone. Boromir's in the list. Relevant.
Yeah.
Boromir's there. And you're like...
And who's my leader? It's Daddy Denethor. So this allows Gandalf, who is not an amazing combat hero, but can do some damage in combat, especially on Shadowfax. And Shadowfax from memory is 12-inch movement. And that extra 2 inches, that'll catch someone off guard every now and then, especially if a cheeky heroic combat. Combine that with...
Yeah, dude. It's so good. It's good, right? It makes Gandalf the White at 650 actually usable.
Yeah, because
that's the issue. Every time you're like, man, Gandalf the White for his freaking points, you don't.
So expensive.
You're like, why am I gonna pay 60 more points for a Saruman that just has a couple extra spells? Like, he needed a function that he could cast potentially 2 spells a turn to actually make it worthwhile. Because having all access to those spells, it's like, great, you have access to all those spells.
Too many choices.
But you only get 1 spell a turn, and it's like, with the duration of the game, how many turns do you think go within a 2-hour setting? How many turns do you think we get in a game?
It's under 10.
Like
without
8,
a doubt.
7 to 10 range, maybe.
Yeah.
And if you get a slow player, it's like 5. Like, it's like, cool. So I get 5 to 10 turns of casting. And majority of the time, your sorcerer's blasting, you're transfixing, and you're compelling.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're doing the fortify spirits maybe at the start before you actually interact with your opponent. But even then, So Jay, just to reel you in,
I'm a convert. I'm a convert.
I heard Gandalf and I was in.
Yeah, so Gandalf, Denethor, Boromir of Gondor from the Fellowship.
Jeez, okay.
And then he lured me even more, and he goes, well, you can bump up from 650 to 750 and add a bolt thrower.
And then still get troops on top of that. Yeah. And you still get to like 37,
Jeez,
37, 38. Bad. If you don't want to take the bolt thrower and you're a normal individual.
No one would.
Right? Knight of the White Tower is also a good option. Because then you get 3 strikers, 1 with Mighty Blow, and then you're just like, cool, I have 38 models and I'm fully fleshed out, and I now have about 3 cavalry models, or you get 3 Minas Tirith Knights, or 2 to 3 Minas Tirith Knights, and your mounted heroes. Yeah. And you're like, cool.
And this is the thing is, 800 points, your average model count is 40 models. So you're still hitting that average model count at 650, 750, if not just a bit more.
750 you're hitting that. For 650 it's 30. 650 it's 30 on the dot. You're definitely stretched, but you can deal with it when you have 9 might and Gandalf. Because Gandalf at 650 deals with so many problems.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you just take Saruman out? Why wouldn't you just sub Saruman? Like, why Gandalf?
The Fortify Spirit for Boromir to give him strength and will for Boromir as well.
Yeah.
Blinding light is crucial. So all of a sudden the shooting aspect. And And
Could you not
I
hide Boromir
love
behind until he needs to come out?
You can. It's just more so the list is also catered towards players that just want to put models on the table. So like new players that
Okay.
just want to put models on the table and they
Yeah.
want to actually see their Boromir do work.
Do
Yeah, I
something.
respect that.
Do
Yeah, I
something.
respect that.
You want that. And lastly, banishment.
Money.
That
Witch King. Hello.
on Witch Kings, on Shadow Lords, on any Ring Wraith, and it also does it against Army of the Dead. It can do it against any of those spirit models that you're like, I don't like that. Banishment can be so clutch,
Massive.
and that's why he has Gandalf just has so many contingencies for that.
That's the issue with Gandalf is, 240 points on Shadowfax, so expensive, and Jay comes flying in here going Saruman, which
60
makes
less
total
points.
sense. Yeah, it makes total sense, and that's where Gandalf the White's issue comes in. That when you build a list of Gandalf the White, you're going, cool, I know there's better options, but I'm deliberately building this for Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you know that's the sacrifice you're making.
Beautifully painted model. You're wanting to see it actually hit the freaking table, and you're like, man, I just want to see what I can do. I still want it to be semi-competitive and hang with a few lists, and that's what this list does. It can give you. It has 9 might. Boromir actually isn't getting easily stopped by magic. It's just nice. It's nice.
I respect that. I think the next one I want to talk about, and I take no credit for this because I didn't think of it, is a certain bear called Winnie the Pooh with a 5/6 Bjornings block.
Yes. Okay. So shall we
go on?
I'm gonna end this call right fucking now.
No, dude,
this one's disgusting.
Strap in. Strap in.
This is beautiful. So you're gonna be taking this list at around 750, 800. Okay, and it's gonna have Grimbeorn, Galadriel with the mirror. Oh, it's making an appearance.
It's bear buff, baby.
No. It's honey. It's honeydew. It's the honeydew.
It's the honeydew.
It's the honeydew. No question.
Brother, we out here honey.
Winnie the Pooh getting his honey. No question. Okay.
Hey, Babu, what's in the picnic basket?
Death, apparently.
You then have a third option of either you just max out on troops or you can bring in Rumil for contingency purposes. We all love a roadblock, and that's what he suits. But the main thing is you bring your Bjornings, the mini helm hammer hands, as I like to call them, and you back them up with the Fight 6 Galadriel Court Guard. And the beauty of the Bjorning profile is that the bear is still a banner for them within 6 inches. So then you have a normal banner, the Lothlorien banner, escorting around with Grimbeorn, acting as a troll. And it's just Fight 6 Bjornings crunching, and purely just crunching. Strength, piercing up to strength 5 in this edition. Piercing up to strength 5. Fight 6, they are freaking elf captains on steroids. And you're like, yes, Lothlorien had a problem. Can't wound for shit. Not anymore. And it just mows. And the
quick question, Jay. Do you have a mirror that I can borrow? Because it's the only thing I need left.
Brother.
I have 3.
Oh, you got 3?
I have 3 mirrors. Don't worry. Mirror on the wall.
I could play this list tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. But think about it. Just think about like the oppression that it strikes. And I think Tyler's hit the nail on the head here. Like these are almost at a point where they could go out independent. Like you don't actually have to bunch up. You do want to bunch up so you don't get surrounded and have multiple models. But like if you wanted to, like just at a pure base theory level, you're going in with 2 Bjorning attacks, 2 pikes, and a banner. You're talking 5 dice at Fight 6 to try and win the fight. Let's not forget 2 of those are strength 4 plus 1 to wound, baby girl, potentially strength 5 plus 1 to wound, with the 2 pikes into go. Like we all know how oppressive Bjornings are to kill, and the fact that they still have 2 wounds at the front means that they're not like we've all been there. We've all done 1 wound to a Bjorning, and that little shit has hung around for the rest of the bloody goddamn game. But like it just
And the blinding light also protects him with shooting.
That's huge.
Correct.
The mirror,
It's
that
disgusting.
gives fate back, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, rough.
I was about to, for a second there, I went, oh my fucking god, 2 wound awnings in the mirror, but it's fate, not
It's
wounds.
fate.
I
It's
got
fate.
really
Yeah.
excited there for a second.
No.
I'm
It's
sorry.
even worse. It's even worse
It's
than
just
wounds.
worse. It's worse. But who said it was worse? Because now the bear, instead of getting the 6+ saves, gets the 4+ saves. We already know how hard it is to kill a freaking bear. Now
Let
it's
alone
even
with a
harder.
mirror.
We're-
Correct.
Now
So,
it's
yeah.
not happening.
And then you have the
Oh.
roadblock of Rumil, and it's
Hmm.
just, and he's there just to be a Giga Chad. He's still, and the beauty of Rumil with Grimbeorn into a Balrog, all of a sudden that Balrog could die.
Yeah.
Oh man, that
Can't
crushing
believe it.
strength.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find a way to get Renew into that list.
It's so hard. That
I
190
don't think it's possible.
points
It's
seems-
190 points.
Too much,
It's
bro.
the
Too
20
much.
the 20-point Bjorning really kills, but when
Yeah.
they're two wounds each, you're like,
you kind
as
of
he
Who gives a
said that
crap?
freaking, you're like,
Yeah.
my mini Helm Hammer hands are about to freaking rock
And it's-
your world.
That's the thing, is a lot of people talk shit about the Bjornings being D4. D4 is
It's
actually fucking phenomenal. It's
huge.
the best. If you're getting free like defense bonuses or whatever, D4
So good.
king shit.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Because so
Yeah.
many of the armies in the game are strength 3. And they have to pierce to strength 4, or even shooting. It's like so many of the armies are strength 2 bows, strength 3 bows. Yes, you have your strength 4 crossbows, but you're like, cool, what is that? 2 armies?
2 armies.
And you're like, great, congratulations. Now I have Galadriel here to protect my Bjornings, because they're my most valued in that list. And it's so strong. I love playing it. We played a practice game with it.
I do too.
And oh yeah,
Tight.
Hewan was not happy. Hewan was not a happy man. It's just, and the beauty is the Bjornies, because they're burly. Maybe you don't want Grimbeorn to carry it. Maybe you want the mirror to be a roadblock to where the people just have to actually like stop in front of it and it clogs a hole.
Disgusting terrain piece.
The Bjornings can carry it. No negs. They're burly. They don't care. Carry it. Boom.
Like what a Chad play where it's like, you know what? I actually can't be in 2 places at once. Let me just drop a mirror here and then
I'm gonna
walk
go
on the other side. That's
so
so funny. That's so good.
It's
disgusting.
It's lovely. No, what'd you say? Disgusting? No, don't say that.
It's yummy. It's yummy.
It's scrumptious.
I taste the honey. Oh, I am. I'm starting to tinker in my head at the moment. I'm
ideas.
I think I'm moving to the dark side.
Join.
It's
So-
I limited myself for many years.
Oh Jesus! Now
In-
you're on
in,
leash
like-
when it's 3 months to go.
3 months
Yeah.
ago, now you want to dabble? That's unfortunate.
Limited myself in this, like, I'm a competitive person at heart. I like trying to win events, and whatnot. But I always like hamper myself a bit with whether it be a theme or just taking a pure list or whatever. Like, oh, that's the meta. I don't give a shit about the meta. I'm gonna run something completely different. That's always been my I guess, and I've always loved that. So
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
that's where I
That
think
is
this
good.
new edition I'm absolutely keen on for that element. But I do quite like this. Just the
That's
tinkering.
such
I mean,
spicy
I
meatball.
made my sort of like, everyone now knows me as like the bird bath or the Elendil bath, because Elendil is my favorite character, and I was like, man, how do I make a pseudo Angmar? So I was like, well, what does Angmar have? It has so much interaction, so much pull. It has the in theory the bird, and then the bird, they bring Gwahir in as the equivalent of Gully. And then I was like, but I want to get my favorite hero in. Just let me get Elendil. So having Galadriel, Elendil, and Gwahir with the mirror, life couldn't be better. crunches.
loving it.
It's the free tempo, and then the thing with the Lindale is he can't get jerked around easily by magic, and
Yeah.
you're just it's just
you're just vibing.
yeah, and you're just
Isn't
like,
it amazing, Tyler, that you can play a list once at one tournament and then you get known as that guy?
that yes. You're like, yep, you're the bird bat, the Lindale bat guy, and I'm like,
Yeah. I play a fucking triple siege weapon thing at one tournament, and I've only played it ever at the tournament, and I'm the siege weapon guy.
yep.
Yes, you are.
Hurts my soul.
That's
Right.
bullshit.
I'm the
You played
shooting
double
guy.
It's
siege.
because you
played double
violated
buddy.
them. It's because you
Oh.
violated, you little shit. Theo's
hey.
depression. After your game, he was like, "What am I meant to do against that? What am I meant to do? You tell me. You tell me what I'm meant to do."
Hey, I redeem myself
Yep.
by beating a certain someone, and that's all that matters. Also, Theo, I bought you a drink after our game.
That doesn't help. That doesn't. Anybody that says that helps, bro. It's like, do you need a drink?
Not.
You know what you're doing? You're like, you know you fucked them up, and you're like, bro, you need a drink. You need a drink. I know you need a drink.
I still apologize to that man. I still apologize to him.
Yeah.
After game one, I got that white line fever, baby.
I've crushed his Mumac, crushing strength his Mumac 3 times. I owe multiple apologies. It's bad.
Many beverages.
Okay. So
here's
we're moving into a Rohan Radagast.
Yes.
I like it already. Let's go Raddy Daddy.
And I want to keep this as a fully mounted army. Let's just have a quick little look here for Radagast. The reason why we're going for Radagast is because of Terrifying Aura, Panic Steed, Renew, because we've got Thaedred in here as well, and the Dirty Nature's Wrath.
Aura of Dismay, though.
Aura of Dismay, sorry. So, like, for typical cavalry armies, you want to have, like, the reason why Raja Thaedron are so oppressive is because they have a big death turn, right? What if you could charge a line that's completely on its ass and have no consequence? Like, so which is what Nature's Wrath does with Radagast. Part of me wants to actually almost run a pseudo Raja Thaedron with Radagast. Hear me out here. If we go Dernhelm, Thaedred, 2 points efficient killing heroes, and then we take Gambling, all I'm trying to do here is call multiple combats along the line, that's being Nature's Wrath, and then jump back out, and then I can do another wave again. And that's effectively cost me a couple of my points. No, it's not for free. However, I think I'm able to get better heroes rather than just being the Rise of Thaedron restriction.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Look, I'm a cheeky Thaedred drop, no question.
Love a Thaedred, absolutely.
Théoden, I've done this list with Théoden.
I think that's
the
fair.
guy, and it's because of this. You still get the fight value buff. You don't get the strength,
Fair.
but you get the fight value buff. See, and you don't. I don't think I took Gambling. I think I actually just took. I did Théoden, Éomer, Radagast, and it was and I just did that, and it's. The thing is with Radagast, and this is where I've learned, and a lot of people sleep on him, that Aura of Dismay is huge.
Yeah.
Because when you channel it, all of a sudden you get a 24-inch bubble of terror. And with Cav models taking up such a big space, that is huge. It covers a good chunk of the board, and you're happily going, yep, cool, let's run it. And all of a sudden, those turns where you lose priority or you lose the roll off, you're like, okay, terror checks to charge my guys, please. Yes, maybe they're elves, maybe they're dwarves, courage 4, courage 5, and they're pinning some.
Still fail.
And then you're like, cool, that guy you charge, I'm gonna charge with my now Cav model. I'll still get the knockdown. I'll still get the fight value. It's having the channeled Aura of Dismay for the cavalry armies is what I love. The anti-hero Panic Steed, fantastic.
Money.
Scrumptious.
So my flip side and the way that I went with this in my head was I want to try and have as many Royal Guard in here. So I'm purely thinking about this from a points efficiency per model standpoint. And in my mind, Aemir is not quite there for points efficiency, hence why he doesn't make the cut for me. Phaedra does, Dernhelm does. Théoden, I respect him because he's got the march in there as well. And he gives you the fight value. So I think those 3 heroes are the ones that I want to go with. And for the rest of this list, I think I just want to put Royal Guard in. That's it.
I think when you're playing Rohan, if you're not bringing a boatload of Royal Guard, you're doing something wrong. And when you're playing low model count Rohan, it's got to be Royal Guard.
Yep.
D6 bodyguard, potential throwing weapons on horse as well.
Yep.
They go up to fight. Is it fight 5 on the chart?
Yep. 5/5. So 5/5, and because you still get the Theoden buff, that's where it's like, look, the strength thing, it can hurt, but again, it doesn't change if you're going into defense 7 armies.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
look, we've got 700 points here on the dot. We've got 19 models. 18 of them have throwing spears. Like, and you've got Radagast to back that up too. Like, let's not underestimate. This is a cavalry army with pure, like, terrifying, like anything with terror, you don't care. Anything that's got like a Saruman hiding or a Witch King, the horse is gone. You're terrifying in return, and it's actually kind of hard to put down Theodred because you've got the Renew as well and the cheeky Immobilize to stop a couple of clutch characters coming in. So like,
suddenly
you've got tools to actually counter defense when you've gone all in and you're relying on that to have a big turn,
Suddenly you don't care if Theodred is being thrown into whatever with that Renew in play.
Yeah,
so you go, cool, all right, he's taken 2 wounds. I'm gonna just renew that for now. That's big. And again, Tyler, you said it just before, and I will say this over and over again. People sleep on Radagast. He is so good. And again, I mentioned earlier, Radagast and Khazad-dûm. Terrifying dwarves. Dwarves getting knocked down because of nature's wrath. Suddenly Khazad-dûm is killing models. Radagast he's a sleeper pick.
Yeah.
The best support hero in the game. I love that, man.
The special rule though that everyone forgets, and this is where it's so huge, is he doesn't need line of sight.
Correct.
And when and if you play on very what we would consider quality terrain boards, right? Either way, when you play on those types of boards, it's all of a sudden you're like, cool, I already have a 24-inch terror bubble, and then I have a 24-inch line of sight bubble.
Yeah.
And you're just
big,
like,
baby.
And you're like, say less.
Would you say it's even bigger than 24 inches because of Ratty Daddy on Slay?
Can be. It can be.
I do think the horse is enough.
Horse is better for mobility in terms of like better placement is the issue, because you can if Radagast gets stuck,
box him out.
Oh, it's like you're feeling it so bad.
Yeah. This is one that I showed Sean a little while back as well.
Oh, this is filthy. I love it.
So this was 750 points, and I'm going to try and remember it as best I can. It had the Master, it had Alfred, it had Braga. I think it had 2 captains in there, and then I took, what did I take? Which one's the movement one? Biffa?
Biffa,
I took Biffa, I then took Dory, I took Gloin, and then I think I took either Nori. It was one of these 3. So let's just run you through this list. This list is trying to spam out as many models as I possibly can, whilst having the most amount of might on top of might, on top of free moves, on top of might, again and again, with pseudo mini heroes everywhere. That's all I tried to do here. So fight 5 for days.
I'm going to try and find the list that you sent me.
Who hurt you?
Actually, Sean, if you can find this actual list, Tyler and I might write another one, and we'll come back to this one, because this was actually a list that I wrote, and I stood back for a moment, and I was like, this item is going to cost me $800. Am I going?
But it's worth it.
Am I going to jump the gun? I looked at the top stats, and it was 17 might with an asterisk. It was like, 71 models or
it.
something ridiculous. It was so gross. Anyway,
It's that pre-heroic combats.
Oh, bro. Tyler, let's do an evil army.
Okay.
Let's do an evil army. What do you want to do?
Oh, dang. Okay, this is
What do you
hard.
want to do?
Spider Queen, get it going.
You want to
Spider
do a Spider
Queen. God, that's so
variation?
original.
I don't know if I. Yeah. Oh, Spider
Do you want to do my
Queen's-
Bywater Mordor Spider
Yeah.
Queen?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's probably the OG, honestly. So we've got Mordor allied in with the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood. My sexy queen jumps straight in. And then to protect the queen, you have to go for the Shadow Lord. Tyler and I were talking about this the other day. Do we potentially go for the Corsair of Umbar over the Shadow Lord? But in my mind, I can't leave home with this beautiful model that's going to get slaughtered by crossbows when I have a counter. So in my mind, the Shadow Lord, just on horse, is all that's needed. Now, I do want to have your opinion on this one too. If you wanted to go for a second caster, mind you, normally, like pure tournament speaking, I'm going to go for the Mouth of Sauron on horse, double caster, march. What about the Betrayer on Fell Beast? Because he gets to re-roll against Baited Kings.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah. It's
just a thought.
His cat, like, I love the idea. I think the poisons as well for the Spider Queen is huge. But I think she already gets it anyway.
She does.
So
it does feel irrelevant.
For me, the Bane of Kings rule, it's
yeah.
I would do the Knight of Umbar over him because they're the same casting roles.
Yeah.
The other option is taking a cheap Ring Wraith.
Absolutely. Do
just
their
a
money.
just a base Ring Wraith.
So let's try that.
Stat it up as you want. 292.
That's my go-to.
You're 292 Ring Wraith, and you're like, cool, and then get him on horse, and you're looking at 95, right? So
I almost keep him on foot because I like to have him in behind to help call the march with the Black Numb Miranda line.
I just like how much he then becomes a quality casting threat. So then you can do that. You can do the early on Black Darts with him instead of the Shadow Lord. The Shadow Lord's purely just going, I'm protecting the army. I need you to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like I need you to start peppering that hero's horse.
Yep.
That's where I would say I would definitely do that. Me personally, my variant of this list would definitely go Spider Queen, Umbar, and the Shadow Lord. And literally then you can still do the cheeky bat double bats for each and you're escorting them.
Do you want to write that list or do you want to write a list with March? That's literally what it comes down to.
That's exactly. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah,
that's what hurts me because I love the Knight of Umbar idea, and I just got the Bard's Table at a recent event. They printed me the Knight of Umbar that was hanging over a shipwreck and like coming in from the prey, and I was like, I can do this. And then you said the Knight of Umbar thing, and I'm like, I can do this. And then I just realized there was so
Queensland
much.
GT. Come in with either best display board, best army, or best painted individual model, and you can potentially win that.
Already got it.
Each winner of that is winning one like a fell beast dude, and the Knight of Umbar is going to be one of them. So come in clutch with that stuff, boys.
I don't need 5 fell beasts, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I've got 4. But yeah, so look, I think from here, the rest of this army is just going to get filled out with Black Numenorians for the front line, backed up by your Strength 4 Moran and Orcs, and a couple of trackers just to fill spots. You've got the main staples, which are your characters. You've got the Bat Swarm with the Spider Queen. I do think that Felwargs with the Spider Queen is such a valuable include. Yep. I just take 2.
Fellside, huge.
For Fellside.
For Fellside and Peel, you need the Peel.
Yeah.
You need something to just get stuff off of her sometimes. And it's just nice.
Thoughts on the Mirkwood Spider too? I love the paralyzed combo here, but it's just too many points for what we're trying to achieve in my mind.
I'm gonna go a giant spider over a Mirkwood Spider every day.
Why?
It's the smaller base. And it still has a swift movement. It still has it's the strength 5. Because I'm pretty sure, are the Mirkwood Spiders weaker? Or are they still strength 5?
I think they're the same strength.
I think they're same strength.
It's the fight value then.
Yeah.
The spite 4 for the giant spider for me is so huge.
Oh,
it's
true.
also, I love the paralyze, but again,
So
we touched on it
situational.
before. How many turns do you get in this game?
Yeah.
Not that many.
And
How
you're
often
hitting
is the
on
paralyzed
sixes.
going off? Yeah.
And you're hitting on fives or sixes, and you're
far out.
trying to bank on that. And
Yeah.
if they're good players, they're shooting at them. Or even
Yeah.
if you engage, you're like, cool, I get maybe one other turn after this, and they're gonna
Yeah.
swarm it. And
Correct.
its fight value isn't enough to keep it around. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
And then you're actively wanting to spend your own might to
Yes.
potentially get a paralyze off. Is spending a point of might for a heroic move for a potential paralyze worth it? Never. Absolutely not.
No.
Horrible. Now, can we try a good version? And I know Sean's gonna love this one. Okay, so
Alright.
let's start
We'll do
off-
this, and then we'll do Jay's list, and then we'll start to wrap it up, because I know you lads could go at this
for
Wow.
all
hours.
fucking night, and this man has to be up at 4:30 in the morning. So
Don't worry, sir. Okay, so quickly going through it. So we get what is it? Haldir. So we get Haldir from Lothlorien.
I just went straight past it. So
all good.
Lothlorien. Then what would you like?
So I want Haldir. Oh, so yeah, Haldir, Legolas from Halls of Thranduil.
Oh, hang on. And let me guess, Arnor?
No.
Oh.
We're gonna add the fact, because this was before Arnor. So this is, let's go to the garrison of Dale, please.
let's go, Cunt boys.
Okay.
Okay, so we want Haldir. So this is going to be 3 models with might behind it, with like a bajillion shots.
Oh yeah.
And it just got better with Aranarth.
well, Arnott can't be allied with garrisons of Dale, unfortunately.
No. Sorry. Swap.
Yes,
Yeah.
you could do the straight swap.
Yeah.
So obviously give Legolas basically cloak, horse, and then you give elf
You
bow.
do Orcrist?
It just depends. I would
The
say
Terror's not bad.
I would save the points for now, because I literally just want to flesh out numbers. I don't give Haldir the cloak because he's not my leader. It's Legolas. So it's heavy armor bow. And basically you're filling out max bows, and you're just basically Galadriel warriors, because I love defense 5. That's just me. So it's usually good Galadriel warriors, and you're just spamming out elf bows. Elf bow and spear, if you really want the spears.
I think if you're doing the elf bow and spear, then you turn it to wood elves.
What else?
You
For
do
that shielding. Also, the elven cloak comes naturally with them.
Yeah.
I think
I've never
I
loved
love
the elf.
defense.
I've never loved him.
I've never the defense 5 for me. I've played so much Lothlorien, man. Defense 5 for me. That's just me. I go
just love
elf bow
my
spear.
I love
but
my
that's just me.
Noldorian exiles. They're just
So it's basically full
dirty.
warband of so 5 Galadriel with shield, 5 Galadriel pikemen, 5 spear and bow, and then you basically try and do the same thing with
Dale.
With Dale, and I think you bring a palace guard with a what's it called? Palace guard with a banner as well. So Ethkar crossbows, max 5, and then whatever the hell. I don't think you can take any bows. Yeah, 100%. Oh, so good. It just keeps getting better. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Yep. And then how many? So we're at 579 right now. We have to fill out Legolas's warband. So then get his.
It's got to be the Palace Guard.
Palace Guard with a banner, no question. It's because you need a banner, you need a spear.
Well, he's got to have a spear
shield. Yep. And then you're just trying. No more Palace Guard after that. You're just doing one. You don't need any others.
Mirkwood Elves.
Mirkwood Elves, and you're just getting the bows. Getting them bows as high as you can. And we're at. Yeah, you can get to like 7. So at this points level, so how many bows do we have right now?
18 fucking bows.
That's not including the heroes.
Oh my god!
I think that does include the heroes.
No way.
In the count.
No, it can't.
Hang on, let's count a second. This is 745. Let's 745
It would count
now.
the bows. Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Just not the shots.
Yeah, not the shots.
So okay, so let's run through. Haldir 2, added with Wood Elf Sentinel, added by another 4. So we're up to 7. Added with Legolas potential 3, 10. Added with another 5, 15 bows. Girion, 2 or 3 shots?
3 shots.
3.
18,
potentially 3.
18, backed up by another 23 shots. It didn't include.
Yep.
Yeah.
23 shots, baby.
23 shots. And 8 of those shots are mightable, baby.
And let's not forget, this is a 47 model count, fight 5
Yeah, that's
brick. Holy shitty.
You still have
Now,
fight
if
6
we were to absolutely, and fight 6 boys, don't forget. Like, holy crap! If we were to replace Girion's warband out with a new Aranath being
You'd be
from
even better.
Arnor, you'd be even
better.
better. You would have more D6 cheap ass bodies with Hobbit archers for more bows.
Yep.
You'd be
And
breaking
then
into
and then
nearly
you,
27.
but then you also, if we do that, then you also bring in a Dunedain as well.
Oh, amen. More might for shots, baby.
And it's just
yeah.
I think that's where Tyler and I were talking about this probably 1:30 in the morning the other night. Aranath is the sleeper Yellow Alliance pick.
100%.
Yeah.
So
80 points, 2 shots.
If
brothers
this
look
shows up
good.
at a table near you, soz not soz, call me.
Yeah.
And then we will.
Is that
rattle-
the Polish national anthem I'm starting to hear? Is it?
where?
What?
What?
Are we becoming Polish? Is this what this video's done to us?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did.
shit. All right, I've got the list for you. You ready? So you're going Master of Lake Town.
Yeah.
Let's do this real slowly. So Master of Lake Town, 6 Lake Town Guard, 6 more Lake Town Guard with spear, and then 3 Lake Town Guard with bow. Oh, that's a spicy quesadilla. Then you're looking at Alfred the Counselor, 12 Lake Town Guard, 6 with spear. Cool. Then you've got Braga with 12 Lake Town Guard, 6 of them with bow.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got a Lake Town Guard captain, 12 of them, 8 with bow. Tyler, can you just look at how many points this is at the moment and look at the model count before we carry on?
What the hell is that?
Now, bear in mind, this list hasn't maxed out bows yet, right?
Yet. All right, let's carry on. I'm going to leave a particular guy for the end of it. So we're going to start with Nori the dwarf on pony. Now, this isn't champions. It's just regular Nori the dwarf.
So it's not champions.
Oh,
so
it's Thorin's company.
champions.
Sorry.
It's
I hear
Thorin's
Oracle
Co.
reclaimed. So.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, man.
No, my bad. Thorin's company. That's right, because I wanted to keep it green for the Master Battle, the Master's fucking 12-inch thing. Okay, so we have Ori.
So Nori on pony. Then you've got Gloin on pony. Then you had Biffa and Bomba not on pony.
Gloin.
Okay. Yep.
Bomba.
Okay.
Biffa. Who was that? Who other one?
This is the big one. Bilbo Baggins on pony.
Yeah.
That is 749 points, 60 models, 17 bows.
Gloin on
17
pony, by the way.
17 might.
And it's green. Oh my god, who thought of this? Who thought?
My bad.
Oh,
my bad.
bro, it's so
My bad.
hurt. It just hurts when you see this visceral array of just like, what are you doing against 60 models that all of a sudden are all fight? What is it? They turn into like fight 4, right? With the master? Yeah, fantastic. So my Numenorians, my shitters, my 9 point to 10 point shitters are the same fight value
as these peasants.
These
They're bakers, man. They're bakers, butchers, masters of
Candlestick
their craft.
makers.
Slapping cheeks, brother. This list basically was built around the fact of how many fight 5. So let's not forget, Braga goes to fight 5. Lake Town Captain goes to fight 5. We've got Nori, fight 5. Gloin. Now, Gloin is the sleeper pick here. Gloin being fight 6 with Bilbo on pony with ring means that I can take down or at least stall big heroes for a good amount of time. Gloin's on a pony for movement, dismount,
and countercharging heck halves.
dude. 3 attacks with +1 to wound at strength 4 is so good and dwelling, in my opinion. It's just, excuse me, a bit too expensive for what I'm trying to do here with maximizing numbers.
Does Gloin get the +1 to wound in this case? No,
No,
right?
sorry, reroll ones to wound.
Ones,
Reroll
yeah.
ones to wound,
Cool,
right?
cool.
Let's
I
not
get you.
forget, like, how much am I paying for him? 90 points.
90 points.
Cheap as chips.
Stop it. 3 attacks
Bro,
to
why
wound.
is he?
So
you know,
good.
every time I look at Gloin, I just go, what happened to Gimli?
Amen.
Not this.
No.
Amen. And then let's have a look at Bomber, right? So Bomber, this is the rule that I care about, right? Each turn at any point in Bomber's move phase, choose a friendly model, and then on a 4+, they regain the will. This
Master of
combos
Lake
so nicely with Alfred, who uses will points to give the Master of Lake Town effectively free might. So there's a 1-2-3 combo going on here. We'll break it down for newer players. Master of Lake Town will do the majority of my move calling, and will spend his might quite frivolously. Because I have Alfred using his 3 will to buff up the Master at any point that I care, right? When Alfred gets depleted because the Master's been going ham because I'm calling a move just to fuck with my opponent for no reason, just to kind of go, I got 17, bruv, what are you going to do? And then bait their might down. I then have Bomber who can sit next to Alfred and kind of go, hey, have some will back.
Dude,
Also,
this shit stinks.
Will from Bomber onto the Master for your banner effect.
That's exactly right.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So
and then
good.
The last little piece to this puzzle is Biffa. So Biffa basically has an axe embedded in his head. He may make a single strike against his opponent. If he successfully wounds, then the axe would be removed, and from that point forth, he calls a heroic move for free.
Let's touch on another boy, Braga.
Yes, I was just
No,
about to
we
get
don't
to
need
him.
to. No, we don't even need to touch
More
on
free
Braga.
might?
Nah,
Do you
stop
want more
it.
free might, baby?
No, no.
Sean, do you want to read that little thing for me?
The Master's puppet, or is it heir of self-importance? No, it is the Master's puppet.
Master's puppet.
As long as the Master of Lake Town has will points remaining, now remember Alfred for that one. If Braga declares a heroic action within 6 of the Master, roll a d6. On a 4+, the action is free.
So it's not even once a turn. Early
No,
Young
dude.
gets that
No,
once a
no.
turn. This little
is-
schnitzel is how many points is he? 50?
Yep.
My God.
Brother, you're in armies of Hobbit territory now.
Bro, this is
Yeah.
horrible. This is horrible. I had to
This is
play this.
impressive.
I had to play this with my terrifying hobbits, and I was
Yeah.
just like, thank God those suckers are only courage 2. Because if they were anything like decent courage, I'd be crying. I would be crying because this is crazy. 60
Mental.
models.
Yep.
That's the thing is, you look at it and you go, oh, 17 might is fucking feral, but you're probably having to like sacrifice a model count. Then you look at the model count and you go, oh, you don't?
Oh, great.
Okay, I guess.
And then you get the ring to deal with any problem.
It's a good ring too.
Oh, it's a good ring. Yeah. No negs. You're like, oh,
No.
you're just half, and I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's feral.
Anyway,
Yeah,
boys,
so, that's the spicy meatball.
this has been a spicy little video. And you know what? I think you've got me as a near-on convert, and if we can start tinkering with this stuff in the next edition as well, which I always do hope there is some flexibility in army list buildings, and it's not just legendary legions essentially. Well, you can expect some tinkering from me. That is for sure. Gandalf the White is my new addition.
Good man.
Yeah, that's my project for the new edition is a Gandalf the White list.
Make him great again.
Make Gandalf
Gandalf
White great again. Hopefully, he's only 20 points on Shadowfax. Anyway, let's leave it here. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge, Tyler. There's something in there. You are a
I'm always
savant,
cooking. Always
prodigy, Kylie's apprentice,
Whoa,
the second best player in Australia, or is she your apprentice?
Well, oh, I didn't know. I definitely. Well, I mean, I'm.
That's bait. That's bait.
We're stirring up shit. Brother, I
100%.
started that best player in Australia thing just to stir up Kylie on the Australian Facebook page. I'm not sure if it's entirely work, but I've loved doing it. Kylie, I do it because I love you. Anyway, from me, from Jay, from Tyler, the entirety of the MGG community, to everyone watching and listening to this video, have a phenomenal night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in this universe.
Bye.
Love you.